Thank you for staying with us this hour on One American News. I'm Stephanie Myers. Former Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez says misinformation is the reason why many Latino voters chose Republican candidates in the 2020 election. His statement came just days before it was announced that he would be part of a new group to combat disinformation targeting Latinos. Here to discuss this further and the Biden administration's immigration plans is the president of Libre Initiative, Daniel Garza. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, Stephanie, thank you for inviting.
For viewers who are unfamiliar, what is the Libre Initiative and what does the group advocate for?
Well, we're a nonpartisan organization, nonprofit that advances economic freedom. We advance what we like to refer to as a free society, right? Where we have free people in a free nation, where we uphold the rights that are enshrined in our Constitution and our founding charters.
After Perez made these comments, it was announced he will be part of the $22 million Latino Anti-Disinformation Lab. What's your reaction to his statements and this new endeavor?
It's deflection on part of Tom Perez. Look, they're trying to sell you that Latinos are so ignorant that they can't get past a Russian meme to make their own choices about what their political preferences are. It's deceitful and it's insulting, because really what's the truth here is that Latinos voted for good policy, right? It was lesser taxes, lesser regulations. It was about nominating Supreme Court justices that would uphold the law. It's about school choice. It's about developing our energy sources. A country with energy is a country with a future, and Latinos believe in that. It was also about, Stephanie, rejecting bad policy, where you actually heap on more of a tax burden, more regulations. Even abortion issues for Latinos are very important. And so anyways, it's a deflection, and it's a bad one, because it is insulting to think that we can't make our own choices and not consider policy when we walk into the voting booth.
And especially for Latinos in Florida, many of them, they were from Cuba, and they really oppose socialism and where the Democratic Party has been going. But historically speaking, Latinos tend to vote blue. But based on what we've seen in the past election, what sort of policies is the GOP promoting that are drawing in Latinos?
Yeah, so it turns out Latinos are like everybody else. We have all different priorities. We were 25 million voters, but we are 25 million individual voters. And maybe you're right. In Florida, the priority was against socialism, because a lot of folks from Venezuela, from Cuba, from different parts where it's creeping in Latin America have experienced the consequences of socialism. And maybe Mexican Americans haven't experienced that kind of aggressive socialism so much. So the priority for them in Texas, for example, was energy production, lesser taxes, lesser regulations, lesser property taxes, pro-life issues, defending the Second Amendment. These are the kind of issues that matter to all Americans, but it's every Latino who makes an individual choice when they walk into the voting booth is who will make my life or the life of my family better, this person or that person. It's not about a Russian meme, for the love of God.
And switching gears, Americans and GOP lawmakers and some organizations are raising concerns about the Biden administration's immigration plans. How is the Libre Initiative reacting to this?
Well, we actually want to see immigration reform, but what we're looking for is a sensible bipartisan bill that is crafted by both sides, not a bill that is imposed by one party. Look, Stephanie, the status quo is unacceptable. We all know that. I mean, we have work shortages. In California, over 45% of farmers have reported that in the last 5 years, they've had work shortages. We have processing delays right now that is creating this massive backlog. We have pressures at the border, and right now we have unfettered entry. So we need strong border security, but we also need to address issues like worker visa programs, the Dreamer community, reforming the visa situation, making sure we have more courts to adjudicate cases along the border, or setting up processes in the countries of origin for those who are seeking refugee or asylum cases. So there's a lot to do, and there's a lot to get to, but it's not going to be one party imposing their way and saying everything we want is what we want to pass and nothing that you want. That doesn't work in America.
And I've heard your sentiment echoed on Capitol Hill from some of those GOP lawmakers. Lastly, where can our viewers go to learn more about the group, the Libre Initiative?
Thank you. Yeah, you can see us on Facebook, the Libre Initiative, or Libre Initiative on Twitter, or visit us on our website, www.bilibre.org.
Daniel Garza, thank you so much again for your time. Again, the president of the Libre Initiative. Thank you.
A pleasure. Thank you.
In time, Vice